Hi, and thank you for joining us for Monday Encouragement video. So last week we spoke about the importance of honoring our word and keeping our promises with our children because it is through this that they learn how to trust God's word. They learn how to trust God's promises for them. So this week I wanted to talk about the importance of encouraging our children to build a relationship with the under shepherd. So an under shepherd is any spiritual authority that God has placed you under. And before we even get started, this is why it is so important to make sure that you're in the right church. These are the people that are going to be speaking into your life. These are the people that are going to be speaking into your children's life. So an under shepherd can be the form of a bishop, a pastor, a ministry leader, the youth leader, the children's ministry worker. It can also be the form of a deacon or something like that. Okay, so I'm going to be looking at Matthew chapter 19, verse 14, and it says, "But Jesus said, Suffer little children and forbid them not to come unto me, for such is the kingdom of heaven." So the backstory is Jesus was with his disciples, and some parents were bringing their children for Jesus to bless them. And the disciples said, "No, no, no, get these children out of here. This is a busy man. He doesn't have time for these children." And Jesus stops everything. And he says, Whoa. He said, No, 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 no. They need to learn and they need to be comfortable coming to me at a very young age because this is where they form a foundation with that spiritual authority. Um, I had the privilege of seeing this actually play out this week. My kids and I went to lunch with one of the ministry leaders from my church, and my daughter, who is 9, was just going on and on and on about everyday life. I mean, everything that was happening in her life, everything that was happening at home, everything that was happening at school. And this ministry leader just sat there and smiled and nodded and, was engaging with her, was laughing, asking her questions. And as I was preparing for this message, it just struck me the importance of that. Because if a child is comfortable at a young age going to that ministry leader, or going to that deacon, or going to to the children's leader with everyday life, when they get older and they have those tough decisions to face, they already have that relationship that they can go to them and ask them questions. When they have to make decisions about things like drugs and alcohol and sex or cheating, then they already have that foundation, that relationship with that under shepherd that they can go to them. Yes, we all want to think that our children are going to come to us with everything that goes on in their life. And the chances of that happening all the time are very, very slim. So we want to encourage them to find solid people that they can go to, people that they are comfortable being honest with. But also on the other side, people that we're comfortable knowing that they're going to get good, solid biblical advice. So don't shoo your children away. Don't say, no, no, don't bother him. He's too busy. But encourage them because the worst thing that they can do when they get into their teens and into the young adulthood is to get advice from the world, is to get advice from their friends. We want them to go to the under shepherd. But if they don't have that relationship from a younger child, it's going to be very, very hard for them to share the hard things with them. So this week, I just wanted to encourage you, one, make sure you're in that right church that God has called you to be in. Make sure that you're under the right leadership that God has ordained for you, that He has assigned for you. And two, encourage your children to start building relationships with these under shepherds because this is what's going to help them when they get older and they have those hard choices to make. Be blessed, have a great week, and I'll see you next week, Monday. Thank you.